Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Craig here from Behind the Grind, and I'm here to share the story, well, the 2-day story, believe it or not, of the buck I named Redemption, and here's why. So, the weekend of the 15th and 16th here in November, I got out Saturday morning and sitting in the stand, and it was fairly warm, like above temperature warm, and it was about like 8:17 in the morning. Not seeing much activity, not seeing much, of anything really. And I was sitting in my stand, and I was texting at the time the neighbor Troy, the conjoining neighboring property. I know he wanted to shoot his guns with his brother to get prepared for the Wisconsin gun opener, which I respect that. We are on good terms, and we have that good bond, so it's a good thing. And I was texting him saying, "Hey Troy, I'm gonna sit till 9 o'clock. Go shoot your guns with your brother. I'll come back out at 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon." And as I'm texting him, I look up just randomly, and here is the big 9 coming in 20 yards with his mouth open right into me. And I'm literally on my phone, the bow's hanging up, not prepared at all. Well, the buck ended up coming through, skirting by me at 20 yards, got into the woods line, and gave me time to put my phone back in my vest, got up, grabbed my bow, got spun around. The buck actually ends up wrapping around to an opening that I have marked on the open trail, 20, 25 yards, so I'm not having to grab my rangefinder all the time. And plus, it's wide open, so any movement I make, any deer coming in, they're gone. And it's pretty wide open spot there. And he so happens to come in at 25 yards. I have my dial set at like 22 and a quarter, but I know I am dead on shot with my bow. Like, it's just, I know I am. Comes in at 25 yards. Matt stopped him. I draw back, let the arrow fly, and this is where it goes downhill. The arrow ends up going straight over his back. I mean, just barely over his back. My heart sank. I actually watched him run off about 20 yards, and he stopped and just walked away. Didn't blow, didn't do anything, just walked away like, what the hell just happened? And now I'm sitting in disbelief. I'm pissed off at myself. I don't know what happened. Like, what just happened? Like, I was determined all year to shoot a respectable buck, grinding my ass off throughout the summer, early fall, finding these deer, getting into this urban spot. Like, I had my set perfectly. Like, I knew where these deer were coming in and out, and I just screwed up the biggest opportunity of my life. So, I was in my stand. Not gonna lie, shedding a little tears, punched the tree. But I kept thinking to myself, like, what went wrong? How in the world did I shoot over this deer's back? So I collected myself. I got down from the stand, got my arrow, and I got home. On the way home, called a buddy of mine, and I was just explaining to him what all happened. What did I do wrong? Like, what went wrong? Are my broadheads shooting different than my field points? Is my arrow not? I just, everything in the world I was trying to blame, then blame myself. So what I did was collected myself, got home to the house, set up my target in the backyard, and I went to 25 yards. Shot my field points at 25 yards, and guys, the grouping was ridiculous. So I'm like, okay, my bow's not off. What happened? Did I misjudge this range of this deer? Or did I, whatever? Then I'm like, maybe my broadheads are shooting higher than my field points. Now, granted, I'm using the Sever 2.0 titanium expandables. So I got home, switched out my field points to the broadheads, and in these broadheads, you can actually put a little lock screw in, which treats them as a field point. They will not open up. They will not do anything. So I went through that process. I did that. I shot 3 of my broadheads into the target at 25 yards. Dead nut center. How did I shoot high? I started thinking. I'm like, okay, I had to have done something wrong. So when I took out the broadhead, put a field point back in, and I just relived that moment that Saturday morning. Like, okay, what did I do wrong? So I figured out what I did wrong. It was all human error myself, which is okay. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Like, it's the heat of the moment. They say buck fever, you panic, stuff like that. So what I did was I drew back, stopped him, and what I did was I wanted to find where that arrow was going to go, so I raised my arm. Guaranteed raised my arm is why I shot over the back of that deer. Because all 6 of my arrows I shot, 3 with the field point, 3 with the severed broadheads, dead center of that target. Okay, so going back now, I feel better. I feel better about myself, about knowing that it's not any equipment. It was just all personally me. All right, so I go out and sit Saturday night then, and it was warm. Had to have been in the 60s actually here that day. So sitting Saturday, couple does coming in, 3 bucks came in. I had 1 good buck way out by the neighbor's tower stand. I couldn't really get an idea of what buck that was. It was getting pretty low light, but that was Saturday night. Come home, relaxing, knowing that I'm gonna hunt Sunday morning. I'm gonna sit. I have to sit. Like I need to see this deer again. Did I ever think I was gonna see him again? No. I thought my chance of him was gone, and I was just praying that maybe a different respectable buck will come in and give me another shot. But Saturday night comes around, 10:30 Saturday night, 11:47, and then you get into Sunday morning at 1:18 a.m. and 2:17 a.m. and 4:19 a.m. The buck I missed Saturday morning is back. He's hitting that mock scrape. He's coming in. His neck's swole. He's fired up. So it's like, in my head, I'm like, oh my Lord. Well, now I'm up at 4 o'clock thinking to myself like, okay, he's here. He's in this area. I'm going to get another shot. I'm gonna see this deer again. So I got into the stand Sunday morning very early, got my stand set up, and believe it or not, sitting Sunday morning, I had a couple does come in. 1 small buck pushed through, little spike or whatever. And about 8:21 Sunday morning, I'm actually standing up, bow still on the hanger, but I'm prepared. Like, I'm not on my phone texting, I'm looking around, and I kind of look to my right, and I seen a deer coming in from the CPR fields, wrapping around to where my walk in is. And I look up, and I'm like, oh my God. I turned away. I'm like, that's him. That's the buck. That's the one I missed Saturday morning, which is why I named him Redemption. He's coming in, straight in on me. Mind you, again, I don't have bow in hand because this is a wide open spot. Unless I see these deer far out or I get an idea of them that, okay, I see a deer in the thicket, like, okay, grab my bow and be ready. He was like there. He comes in 25 yards, walks right by the area I missed him Saturday morning. He's walking right straight onto me. I'm standing up. I can't move. Like, he's going to be gone if I do any type of movement at all or try to grab my bow or whatever. What's he do? He comes walking in. He comes under my stand at 2 yards, you guys. And I can't make this up. I'm standing up on my stand, and I'm looking down at this buck. And he's 2 yards underneath me. He goes out a little bit. Now he's at 5 yards from me, facing the neighboring property. I'm like, okay, I'm grabbing my bow now. So I grab my bow, slightly turned. Now, my stand sits like this. I got all my cover here. My shot is right here. It's right there. Mock scrape's pushed off to the right a little bit. In my head, I'm like, okay, if he keeps walking straight, I'm going to have no shot. It's not meant to be. I need him to turn to the right 3 more yards and hit that opening. And I did it all natural. I didn't stop him. Didn't do nothing. So as he's in the thicket, I'm watching him at 5 yards. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. I draw back. Now I'm waiting for him. He naturally turns to the right. Now he's at 7 yards, and I didn't do the math. Didn't just stop him. I wanted him to stop on his own because I didn't want him to hear me and look up and all of a sudden, oh great, he's gonna duck my arrow, or now he's pinned me. Now it's like whatever. As I'm at full draw, he literally turns to the right, walks 3 yards. At 7 yards, he stops on his own, looks right at the mock scrape. I literally took the biggest deep breath I could ever take. I just went, opened my eyes, and I just pulled through, and I seen that arrow just smoke him. And he does a mule kick. His face plants to the ground. He's running off about 50 yards, wraps around to the neighboring tree line. As I'm watching him, he stops. He starts, doing the sideways turns. He wraps around and just drops. Like, that moment that happened, I was in the most utterest deep belief, like, did this really just happen? And I'm sitting there like, oh my God. And I just started bawling my eyes out. I was jacked up. I instantly FaceTimed my wife and daughter, and I was just crying. Like, I did it, you guys. I did it. I shot him. And they're like, well, which one? I'm like, the buck I missed Saturday morning, which is why I named him Redemption. I am truly blessed to be able to have the opportunity I have. And the moments that we all get to have when this all happens. Like, to this day, you guys, I still don't feel it's real. Like, knowing that I thought I messed up an opportunity Saturday morning to being able to kill him Sunday morning, literally at the same exact time that I missed him Saturday morning. And which is why, like I said, guys, which is why I named the buck Redemption. All that hard work, summer prep, between the two properties, knowing that these deer were in this urban piece, knowing I had my stand set to the point of I'm going to kill a buck down here, and I did it. And, it still doesn't feel real. I'm just truly blessed to be able to still grind it out, not give up on myself, go back to square one, figure out what I was doing wrong, knowing that it was my human error Saturday morning missing that buck, and to killing him Sunday morning. And now I get to sit back and just relive that moment basically forever. Like, I love it. And he's now at the taxidermist, and it's my biggest buck to date, and I'm blessed. But yeah, I get down from the stand and FaceTime my cousin Sean, then walking to the deer, and he's up in his bow stand, and I literally dropped to my knees when I seen him laying on the ground and seeing that rack just stick up. Like, it was just a moment that I will seriously cherish forever. And it was awesome. I mean, the hole that severed broadhead put in that deer is simply amazing. It was just insane. But to be able to shoot a buck that I respectably waited for all season long, and then to happen that fast, is especially before gun season. I was just happier in hell to shoot that deer before gun season. But yeah, guys, that is the go around of the buck Redemption. That's why I named him Redemption, because it's the buck I missed Saturday morning, and I end up killing him Sunday morning. But yeah, truly blessed, guys, and like I said, it's awesome. The grind don't stop, because I'm already jacked up and anxious, and put my boots to the ground for scouting public land this coming spring, summer, and then as well as pushing deeper into that urban spot that I have because of the development coming spring and summer of 2026. And even I got my cameras deeper in the urban spot now, and the deer are just all over in there. So yeah, like I said, my season isn't done. I'm going to do some bow hunting yet for some late season doe, but with the buck I have under my belt and all the grind I did, I'm blessed. I'm truly, truly happy with this deer. And it just goes to show you guys, don't ever give up. Keep grinding. And persistence, patience, it does pay off. It does truly pay off. But that is, guys, the story of the buck I named Redemption. And I'm blessed to be able to share a successful story with you guys. And yeah, now we just grind it out, and now, like I said, we start preparing for 2026, because let's be real here, guys. It's coming faster than you think, and the grind honestly never stops. So appreciate you all. Thank you to everyone that follows this page. Like I said, we just getting started. Big things coming. And from the bottom of my heart, appreciate you all. And thanks for listening to the story of the buck I named Redemption. See you guys.